Welcome, everybody. I'm Dave Stelma, where I mentor, I coach, and I inspire entrepreneurs to their breakthrough success. Tonight, we're going to talk about that little voice inside your head that says, no, I can't do it. No, it's not the right time to start. I don't know when. I can't. I won't. I don't know how. We're going to change it around, and we're going to give you... we're also going to talk about your response to different things in the second segment of tonight's show. And at the end, I'm going to give you an exercise that you can do that's going to improve your life by at least 70%. All that and so much more at Dave Stelma, where I coach, mentor, and I inspire entrepreneurs to their breakthrough success. So you want to start your business, but you keep looking at yourself and going, I can't do that. I won't do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. First off, it's not about you. It's about the people that are watching you, the people that you inspire, the people that are constantly watching you. Your kids are watching you. Your parents are watching you. Your neighbors, your friends. And it's not in a bad way. You're leading by your actions. And you're going to inspire. You already are inspiring people. Every time you've done something terrific in your life, I guarantee you that someone looked up to you and went, man, I wish I could do that. Or, and that's what this is all about. Starting your own business or just being better in your life, and starting a business it might be that you start with an MLM. You might start with, there's different ones out there. There's, I'll just throw some names out there. There's Mary Kay. There's LuLaRoe. Ember sells LuLaRoe. She signed up and she does that. That's a wonderful opportunity that they give people. Yes, there's an investment, and yes, it's your business. Really, it is. And you can be successful at that. And it's just focusing, but the people that are around you are watching you. Every time you have a little bit of success, they're inspired. But they can also be inspired by those negative comments that are in your head that you're saying, I can't do it. They can go, well, if she can't do it or if he can't do it, I can't do it either. And that can bring people down at the same time. So let's focus on the opposite, okay? What are those things that you tell yourself inside your head? If you want to leave them in the comments, feel free. Otherwise, just think of them yourself. Make a list of all those things that you tell yourself. I'm not good enough. I don't have the brains to do that. I think at one point in time I was telling myself those same things because there's some things that knock you down. At one point I was bankrupt. I don't brag about it. It's not a bragging point, but I was bankrupt, and I'll tell you that knocks you down a couple of pegs. And you're very successful, and then now you're down at the bottom, and people you're thinking people are looking differently at you. They're not looking differently at you. There's a few people that may bring that up throughout your life, but the most of the people that are out there are not. They don't really care because they're going through things too. And you need to get over that mindset. It's just you telling yourself that. You're putting up these walls, you're putting up these hurdles, and you just got to rewind and replay and change that attitude. Best thing to do, affirmations. I used to scoff at affirmations because when I was doing great, life was good, success was like coming at me from all different angles, it seems, who needs an affirmation? What do you need those for? But when life knocks you down, that's when you have to re-examine. You have to keep telling yourself, you know what? I am good. You know, I'm really a good person. I'm doing great things, and I can inspire others. And you bring yourself back that way. You need to do that on a daily basis. So you're going to look at yourself in the mirror, and you're going to give those affirmations to yourself. You're going to, until you believe it, because it's true. It's in your inner soul. So the success is not about what you can accomplish in life. It's about who you inspire. And you're inspiring people right now, I guarantee it. And you have to bring yourself to a point where you believe that and you know that. Because I started doing this little show. Before this, I coached. I taught classes. I still do all those things, but I thought I want to put it out there to more people. I want to reach more people. So I put this out there, and the craziest thing is when I'm in a conversation with someone, they go, you know, I really like, you inspired me. I watch your show and you inspire me. And how would I ever know that they watch the show? In this business, we call them lurkers. From another show, they coined that phrase. They're lurkers out there. And there's people that watch this show, and I'm steadily getting more and more. Oh, hi, Diane. I'm steadily getting more and more people that are viewing the show. And the majority of the people aren't viewing while I'm live. The majority of people come here after the fact throughout the next week and are watching. I get to see, and we get a little shot of who they are and and I see all of a sudden there's these people that are coming back week after week, and they're watching the show. I'm going to guarantee you that I'm inspiring them. It's not an ego problem. It's not an ego thing that I'm talking about, but I'm just saying I know that I'm giving them some form of inspiration. Otherwise, they would not come back here unless they're laughing at me. And I was talking to, in fact, it was Diane this week, and I said we should, every time I say we should make it into a drinking game, right? For those that drink out there. Now you can drink anything of your choice. If you want to drink water, you can drink water. You could drink shots of vodka if you wanted to, or Jack Daniels. I'm personally not an alcohol drinker, so you can do whatever. But the old game, you remember that from the Newhart show, was every time, hi, Bob, it was drink. Yeah. So every time I during the show, everybody should drink. How that, maybe I'll build more of an audience that way, right? So, but I consistently will check things, how many views there are of this throughout the week, and I'm always amazed that now there's a steady stream of probably about 200 people that keep coming back and watching and viewing. I'm going to implore to those people, one, like this page so you get the notices, and two, I'm going to ask everyone that's listening to this right now if you could go to my YouTube channel. I just started on YouTube, and I need to get more subscribers before they will let me go live on YouTube. And so I'm going to ask you right now, I'm going to throw that question out to you. Go to YouTube and Dave Stelma. So youtube.com/Dave Stelma. I'm sure that's probably the way to find it. Or go in the search and put in Dave Stelma. And you will, and you come to my page and then subscribe on there. I don't care if you don't get notices. That's fine with me. But if you could subscribe, that would be great. That would just help me get to be able to do these live on there. So there you go. There's my request of the day. So there you go. And so next, we got to make sure you're inspired. So get your ego out of it. You're here to inspire other people, and everyone is watching you. Not a scary thing. People are watching you, and it's a positive thing that's happening, okay? So next up, I want to talk to you about event. So E plus R equals O. I've talked about this in other shows. Your response. Event plus your response equals your outcome, okay? So But here's the thing that people don't realize. Your response is the next person's event. So what you do is going to be the event for the next person that is going to react to you. So it's not, I mean, make sure you're clear on that. Everything you do, every positive thing you do, and strive for that. Strive to do 99% positive and 1% negative out there. Maybe sometimes you have to just scream into a pillow. But everything you do, your response to that creates an event for another person. I'm going to give you a really sad story, and then we're going to turn it around, okay? So the really sad story is a person that I know, his wife passed away last Friday. And I reverted back to a event that happened to them last year. His wife was not I don't want to say she wasn't a positive person. She was just, her reaction was, she was very stressful. She always saw the doom and gloom on the other end. And it's okay to think what the possibilities of that, but she was not she just, throughout her life, that she went to the negative of that aspect. And last year they sold their home, and the people that purchased their home towards the last minute or two before the closing wanted more money, wanted the house cheaper, wanted things of that sort. And they just were not agreeing to do that. And so they went through with the closing. The people bought the home. And fast forward a couple of months, they sued them, claiming that there was issues with the home and things of this sort, even though there was inspections and that never revealed anything. And so they went back and forth, dragged it out for months on end, and eventually just made life difficult. And throughout this whole thing, my friend's wife was very stressed out, worse and worse and worse. And eventually they settled. They paid them just some money because they were like, let's just get this over with. She was just stressing out at home, things of that sort. Now fast forward into November, and she's diagnosed with cancer. I'm not going to say that every event is going to give you that dramatic, but I really truly believe that the stress was probably the precursor to unveiling the cancer within her, okay? And I really am a strong believer in that. And so now push forward into last Friday, she passed away. Now, I won't go into philosophical and different things of that sort. I'm just going to say this much. Stress is disease. Disease is uneasing, right? Dis-ease. That's the way that's the term of the word. And the description of the word is putting you in dis-ease. And that's what disease is. And cancer is a disease. And so it's putting you, it's giving those things, those negative things that are constantly in our body, it's letting them being unveiled with stress. Stress is a component that compounds disease. And so I'm going to just say, I'm not going to say, hey, let's go and sue them and say that they were at fault of this. There's no way you're going to be able to prove that, but I'm going to give you this much. The stress of something like that, how you handle stress, and your response to that is going to be what the outcome is. And if you make it a negative, so let's turn this around. If her reaction would have been, hey, we did nothing wrong, there was nothing wrong with that home, we lived there, they literally lived there for like 35 or 40 years. So if there was something dramatically wrong with that, they would have had issues, and they even went as far as putting a new roof on before they sold it and things of that sort. So the house was really in actually great condition, if you had to put a label on it. So what I'm striving to get to is the response that she gave was a negative response, and she stressed, and the stress of that got to the point she was, taking things to relieve the stress, and that takes a toll on your body. There's going to be different things, but her response, if she would have changed her response, and if we all change our response to an event of that sort to a positive, let's take it around, let's take it a positive. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just money, and maybe it's more money than we have to spend at the moment, or whatever it is. But let's make that into a positive, and let's create a positive outcome, because that outcome is now the event for someone else to react to. Okay? Their response to your outcome is their event that they're going to have a response to. Is this making sense, or am I just talking in circles? That's what it's about. So what your response is, it's creating an outcome, but that outcome is the event for someone else to have a response to. So if you create positive, if your response is consistently positive, it's going to consistently create a positive outcome, and then the other people are going to react to that positive. And do you see how the chain of events is going to happen then? It's going to get better and better and better and better and better and better and more and more and more and more and more positive, okay? We're all pretty saddened by the passing of his wife. And I think I don't know if it could have been prevented or not. I don't know. That's all speculating. But I think all we can do is learn from it and be better people from it, and think about our response when something happens in your life. Take a moment and think about that response. And once again, it's not all about you at that moment. It's about the outcome that's going to create another event for someone else to respond to. So think about that. Think about that the next time you respond to a phone call. Tomorrow night is Valentine's Day. Some people are not with someone that they appreciate or they love. They don't have someone in their life right now. Maybe give a phone call to that person. Or maybe you are that person. And right now I want to tell you, you're loved. We all love you. You're loved. And so watch, think of those things and respond accordingly. Respond in a positive way. You're inspiring others. That's the common theme tonight. You're inspiring others. So with your response, make sure that you're responding positively, and that will inspire others. Think about that. Take a moment and just think about your response. Next time something happens to you, next time someone cuts you off in traffic, think about that. Next time someone gives you a compliment, don't negate it. Say thank you. And by the way, your hair is awesome too. By the way, no one ever says my hair is awesome. There's not much of it anymore. Someday I'll bring in pictures of when I had hair. But you're loved, and you can love someone else, but you got to love yourself first, okay? So let that be your response. Think about that every time someone gives you a compliment, every time someone cuts you off in traffic, negative, positive, respond positively. Just make that a conscious effort to think about what my response is going to be in responding positively, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, here's that magical exercise, okay? About 10 minutes left. I'm going to talk you through this after I have one little drink of water. while you're studying that. You can do it. Just try. Here's your lesson, your exercise of the week. Now, bear in mind, you have to do this 45 days in a row. Okay, whoa. Who just said that? I heard somebody. I can't do anything 45 days in a row. Yes, you can. And it's going to start today. You're going to do this before you go to bed tonight. You need to look at yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes. Over here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. There you go. 5 minutes. Look at yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes. First few, I'll tell you, the first time you do this, it's going to feel like an hour because no one does this anymore. Just stare into your eyes. Stare right into your eyes until that uncomfortableness goes away. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to say your affirmations. Most simple one, start saying thank you. Thank you for that I'm breathing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for driving, having the ability to drive to work. Thank you for the beautiful day. Thank you for getting all your work done so we can go to bed and get 8 hours of sleep. All those affirmations. I'm a wonderful person. Hey, you got great eyes. Hey, I love the way your voice is. I love the way you make a silly face. Start with those affirmations, write them down, or just say them as you do that. But look yourself in the eye. That's the tough part. Look right at yourself. The eyes are the window to the soul. And we don't do that enough. That's why couples will sit across from each other. But nowadays we get out our phones and we do this, right? Oh yeah, hey, oh yeah, what do you want to eat? Okay, did you want to order something? Are you ready? What are you gonna get, honey? Yeah, how about putting the phones down? Well, shutting the phones off. Tomorrow night's Valentine's. If you have a sweetie and you're going out to eat, or or sitting at home, don't sit next to each other. Sit across from each other, just like at a restaurant, and look at each other. Sometimes as you are with someone, the longer you're with them, that kind of goes away. In the beginning, remember that? We're all giddy. We all go out there. We want to have that connection. We want to see if we connect. We look at each other in their eyes and in our eyes, and we're looking at it and, seeing that connection. And then as time goes by, what we do, we sit next to each other on the couch or in two chairs or however it is. We don't make that connection. We lose a little bit of that connection. And as the years go by, it could get farther and farther away. So I'm going to tell you first, you got to do this with yourself because you got to get feeling good about yourself. And part of that is looking yourself in the eye and just saying, I love you. I love you, man. You're great. You're doing some great things. You're helping people. You're changing lives. It's not an ego thing when you do that. It's you. If you love yourself, then someone else can love you. Otherwise, you're going to treat that the same way. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and even tell yourself that you love yourself, how's someone else going to tell you that? It's going to make you, oh, okay. Oh, you're going to negate it, right? Because you feel uncomfortable with that. So first off, love yourself, and then others will, that's just positive, right? That's a positive feeling, and it's going to attract more love into your life. So that's your exercise. That's your exercise for this week and for 45 days. And if you stop, if all of a sudden, oh, I didn't do that last night, starts over. Takes 45 days to ingrain this into your brain. There's some people that have done this and are still doing it years later. They do this every single day because by the time you hit day 30, you're going to be pretty amazed at the difference all of a sudden of the things that are attracted to you, you're attracting into your life. You'll be amazed at that. And by day 45, it's going to be a miracle. You're going to be like, whoa, this is just too crazy cool. So 45 days is not what are you going to be doing in 45 days? In fact, if you start tomorrow, the 45 days will be the end of March. Look at that. You could do it till the end of March and it'll be all cool, right? Be all awesome. So that would be what you need to do. And you'll find it's just amazing. Forgive me for drinking water. The cold is still not quite all the way there, or all the way gone, I should say. So, did y'all drink right there? I said, So, do the exercise, and you can do it. Just try. Just like it says right there. He probably does it every day, I'm going to guess. That's a cool little meme kid. He's probably like 12 by now. Drink again. There you go. I'll wait. Are you done? Did you drink? Okay. So I'll be back here next Tuesday, back on the regular Tuesday night schedule. This week I'm out of town, doing a lot of traveling next 3 days, as I said in the pre-show. I don't think I said at the beginning of this show, but pre-show, I'm going to be traveling for the next couple of days, next few days, and we'll be back here. But I'll be watching for your comments below. And like I said, if you can, go to my YouTube channel, hit subscribe so we can start going live there on Tuesday nights, as well as on Periscope and Facebook. And come back here, and next Tuesday, I'm gonna have another great exercise for you to do. I know some of these things are uncomfortable, but the more you do these, the more you. I had some great responses to the passion test that I said to do last week. A lot of people went on there and they're like, "This was pretty cool." So I got a lot of great responses from that. So I'm gonna keep giving you more and more of these things to do because this is the breakthrough year. If you're not to the point where you're going to be taking some action, this year, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be 3 years behind because the people that take action this year are going to be doing some great things by the year 2020. That's 3 years away. So 3 years from now, just think back 3 years ago. What were you doing then? What would you tell today, your person today, Dave 2017? What did Dave, let's go 2013. What did Dave 2013 have to tell Dave 2017? Probably start doing this back then. Okay, so do the exercise, do the mirror exercise. It's called the mirror exercise. Look yourself in the mirror. Start with the affirmations. Tell yourself you love them. Yeah, I love you. And tomorrow night, love somebody. If it's not, if you don't have a significant other or a person to share it with, fine. Just call up a friend. Take a friend out to dinner. Look them in the eye and tell them how great they are. Start the flow. Start the positive flow. It's going to come back to you tenfold, okay? And let's pray for those people that are in the harm's way of the dam that's exploding, basically, or falling apart. That's out in California, and hopefully we can help turn things around there too. So like and comment on my Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, come in the comment section, tell me your progress throughout the week, tell me what the mirror exercise is doing for you. And we'll see you back here next Tuesday, 6:30 Central Time. I love you all. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.